Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Make sure you follow me on the Parler app at Jericho Green. Get your green gear 25% off until December 31st. Promo code BYEBYE2020, all caps. Got to give a big shout out to Ronnie and Trampus. Thank you for what you guys are doing and for the support. Also, big shout out to my man, Christian. Bumped into him out in the world. It's been a long time, man. Good to see you. And even though the mainstream mediocres might tell me that I should fear Christian because he's a cisgender white male, I do not. Because like most Americans, we don't see color. We see content of character. And Christian, much like myself and a bunch of other people, want less money stolen from us by the government and a safe place to raise our damn kids. And that's about it. So, I'm going to start with some bullshit, and then I'm going to end with a bit of silver lining on top of this shit Sunday. But Dr. Fauci, you know him from White House fame, the leading epidemiologist in the country. So he's on a three-way Zoom call. What if I didn't say Zoom call and just said he was on a three-way? But anyway, he's on a three-way Zoom call, FaceTime, whatever, with these two black dudes. So of course he takes it as a prime opportunity to fucking pander. So they're talking about a bunch of other shit, and it starts where he starts to say what the gist of this is about is at the 10-minute and 30-second mark. So they start talking about how black people have this distrust of the government and they need to take the vaccination. And I'll get into his pandering in a second. But a lot of people say that the reason black people don't trust the government is because of the Tuskegee experiment. And if you know anything about it, you know how horrible and disgusting it is. Anybody involved in that should have the flesh stripped from their back. It was horrible, disgusting, and fucked up. It was evil. So what happened was they took, I believe it was 600 or so black men, mostly poor sharecroppers. They enticed them with promises of free health care, which is why most of them did it. And so basically what they wanted to do was see the effects of syphilis untreated in the human body. This went from 1932 to 1972. Horrible. So when these guys would come in so they could check on the progress of syphilis in their body, they tell them, oh, it's an examination, you're getting some treatment, all the while infecting them with syphilis. Al Capone died of syphilis. The shit makes you lose your mind. What was it? I think was it Forrest Gump? We said, if you want sympathy, look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. Anyway, so because of this Tuskegee experiment, which was conducted at Tuskegee University, a historically black college university, which lets me know that you can't just blame the evil white government for this. Because it took place at a black college, so some black folks were probably involved. But anyway, we're the perpetual victims. And so, since we were so scared after this project, the Tuskegee experiment, that we don't trust the government. Really. Because we don't have a problem trusting the government when it comes to welfare. We don't have a problem trusting the government when it comes to that government housing. We don't have a problem trusting the government when they allow them to replace the man in the family and wed the government in holy matrimony. We don't have a problem with the government then, but when it comes to vaccines and shit, and I'm not saying people should take it, I'm not. But what I have a problem with is this false narrative that that's the reason that black folks won't trust them, because they don't trust the government. Well, I just gave a few examples where we do. So which one is it? So Fauci's up there talking to these fools, And what was it, in the late 90s, Bill Clinton apologized for the Tuskegee experiment. There's some irony for you. How many people have you given syphilis to, Slick Willie? Man, anyway, so they're talking, and like I said, the 10:30 mark is where he starts to get into this. So he says, so yeah, what my brothers and sisters in the African American community need to understand, your brothers and sisters, what other fucking group would you say brothers and sisters about? He even said sisters. Man. So all aboard the USS Pander. So this fucking dummy, or what my African American brothers and sisters need to understand, is that the group that came up with this vaccine is headed by Dr. So-and-so and his close assistant, Dr. Kizzy, I don't remember her, Kizmika, I think it was, her full name, but they call her Kizzy. Dr. Kizzy Corbett. She's an African-American woman. And those are just facts. They're facts. Yes, okay, they're facts. A black woman was on the team that discovered this vaccine or perfected it or whatever. Okay. What does that matter? What does that mean? Are black people going to get it for free? Does it work better for black people? I don't understand why getting up there telling them, well, hey, one of you guys made it. Oh, shit. Nothing deceitful has ever been done to me by another black person. Here, let me roll up my sleeve, or is it the kind that I gotta pull my pants down and expose part of my cheek? The fuck out of here. What does that matter? Hey, guys, I know you don't want to take it, but a black person was on the team. Huh? How about now? Huh? You know, they squirt a little bit of medicine out of the syringe. How about now? Guys? The fuck? This shit knows no bounds. So what? That there was she's not even the head of the fucking team. She's just on the team. It's like she's not even Superman on the Justice League. She's a fucking Green Lantern. So what? I don't care what color she is. That has absolutely nothing to do with the price of tea in China, like my dad would say. That shit is so fucking dumb. But you know what? The reason they keep doing it is because it works. Because some dummy's going to look at that and be like, oh, he said brothers and sisters, and there's a black woman on the team? Sign me up. Wife and kids, come on down. We're going to go get some shit in our body. Get the fuck out of here with that. And those two dumbasses that he's doing the Zoom call with, they were just sat there, didn't say shit. Didn't say, what the fuck are you talking about? Why does it matter that a black person's on the team? So what? But he did it, my brothers and sisters. And you got to put the AS in there, not the ER, because then black folks won't think you're serious. But if you say brothers and sisters, maybe throw a little bit of that in there. Oh, shit, man, you good to go. Fauci, you good in the hood. You got an invite to the cookout, right? Because you said brothers and sisters. That's it. So easily fucking pacified. Just got to use some cool words. Couple cool words. The fuck is that? There we go. And just say, hey, there's a black person on the team. Slam dunk. Everybody go home. Any fucking way. Here's a silver lining I was telling you about. So, Tulsi Gabbard, I actually like her most of all out of the Democratic presidential candidates. She's a congresswoman from Hawaii, I believe. And she introduced on Thursday the Protect Women Sports Act. What is this revolutionary piece of legislation? Well, It is a piece of legislation that would, because you know the whole Title IX thing where any school accepting federal money cannot discriminate against somebody based on sex. No shit. Nobody should be able to do that. But we have this whole transgender women can compete. Wait a minute. How does it go? Hold on. Transgender women competing in women's sports. Basically, if you're a dude and you transition into a woman, you can't play sports against, or you can right now, you can play sports against women. Unfair, fucked up. But this bill, that she introduced will make that illegal. Will make it so no, you can't take your big testosterone-filled ass out there on the court or the field with those women, because it's not fair. That's why you don't have adults competing in children's sports, because it's not fair. Because we're taller, we're stronger, we're faster, we're smarter, we're more experienced. So it wouldn't be fair for one of us to get out there and pop Warner and start lighting up these 9-year-olds, would it? No. That's not fair. That's why you don't have grown-ups and Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, because it's called Girl and Boy Scouts. So you got to be one of them to be in it. With adults in there, it wouldn't be fair. You'd have grown-ups just buying up all the Girl Scout cookies on their own because they're a grown-up and they got a job, while the little girls are out there hustling door to door trying to convince somebody else to spend the money that they work for to buy their cookies. That wouldn't be fair. So why is it fair for a man to get out there and compete against women? Now, I know you put a dress on and you tucked your dick Wild Bill style. I'd fuck me. Right? I know you did that, but inside, on the inside, with the muscle and the testosterone and the bone density and all that shit, you're still a man. I don't want you to be discriminated against because you're transgender or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. No one should be discriminated against for any reason that they can't help. But do I want you getting out there lining up next to my daughter to run the 100 meter? Fuck no, I don't. Because you're going to beat her because you're a boy. And you're taking spots that these girls should have to continue their sports careers and build their confidence and maybe get a free ride to school and save a parent like me a bunch of money to send them to college. It's not fair. We already know life's not fair. All the shit you can't control. How about the things we can? Was it last year before? You probably heard about that high school student in Texas who dominated female girls wrestling. I would say so. You're a 17-year-old boy. You're a bit stronger than the girls. Or in Connecticut, those two black kids that smoked the girls on the track team. No shit. A 17-year-old fit black boy is probably one of the fastest people on earth. Can we start in some fucking reality for a second? So good for Tulsi Gabbard. Now, of course, the moment she announced it, all the LGBTQ alphabet soup groups shot it down, GLAAD and all that other shit. And you know, it probably, of course it won't become law. Not with these fucking leftist turds in the Congress. It won't even make it to the Senate. And that's a shame. Why? When did that change? Why is it okay for a boy to get out there and compete against a girl? Because like many other things, once they get this, once they got their foot in the door, they can let all this other crazy shit come pouring in. If they allow this to continue, why isn't it okay for adults to compete against kids? We all have an inner child, right? I'm just trying to reconnect with my inner child. So let me post up this 8-year-old and dunk on his ass. Let me put on a helmet and some pads and get out there and suit up with these 10-year-old children and fuck them up. Why not? I identify as a kid. Why can't I get out there with the little ones? You see how crazy and stupid this shit is? Before they even make these stupid ass rules or pass these ridiculous laws that allow this shit, they should say it out loud. Because then maybe they'll realize how dumb this shit is. Why is this controversial? Why is there even a need for us to introduce a bill to keep boys competing against girls? And there's a reason I haven't mentioned girls competing against boys, is because that shit never happens. You think some of these fools might want to do this because it's easier? Find me the girl, the transgender boy that used to be a girl that is dominating the boys track team, boys football team, boys basketball team, boys wrestling team, fucking boys tennis team. I've mentioned this story before. Serena Williams, by far the greatest female tennis player that this particular planet has ever seen. She played against the number 200 ranked man. 200. Why are you still ranking him at 200? Man, he beat the absolute brakes off of Serena. This dude couldn't hold Roger Federer's jockstrap. Destroyed Serena. Why? Man, please, let me get the hell up out of here and go to my beautiful wife and kids. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.